Hello, my name is Bob Lunsford. I bought a brand new 2017 RV from Happy Trails RV here in Lebanon, Missouri. Right off the interstate out here. It's manufactured by KZRV out of Shipshewana, Indiana. Now, I had a lot of problems with this thing, starting with from when I first bought it. The whole experience was kind of bad. I bought the thing, went to the bank, put my money down on it, $6,700 bucks. The bank cut me a check for the total amount, financed the rest. I went out there, did the deal, did the financing on the RV, and after we closed the deal, then the lady tells me I got to wait 4 days to get my RV, which was sitting right on the lot, because they had to have time to go over it and make sure there was nothing wrong with it, which evidently that didn't amount to much. Anyway, when I very first got this RV, I took off down the road with it. I only lived 7/10 of a mile from the dealership. I got it and it sat right here at my house for a while before I went on vacation. And when I did go on vacation, I had quite a few problems with it. Right here, there's a rubber trim that goes all the way up and over the top on both sides. Within 20 miles of my home, like I said, this thing never moved until I went on vacation. This rubber strip blew off within 20 miles before I reached Springfield, Missouri. After I got to Springfield, Missouri, and got about 20, 30 miles the other side of Springfield, Missouri, that rubber trim over there blew off. Then down here on this side, we got a problem with the axle here we've had since we got it. I mentioned this to them. I told them it looked kind of odd, asked them if it was all right. They said, oh yeah, it's good. That's how it came from the manufacturer. The dimensions on the inside of the fender wells looked kind of off to me. After I started having trouble with it, I got a tape measure, started looking at it. This axle is out this side of the trailer about 1 inch. It's about 1 inch off toward the driver's side. And the other one on the other side's inset. The axle is also sitting too far to the back of the fender well on both sides. And then the passenger side is 3/4 of an inch shifted further back than this, which makes the whole RV dog track as you're going down the road. And it makes it shimmy and pull and want to wobble exceptionally bad. I mentioned this to them. They told me it wasn't a problem. That's how it came from the manufacturer. Then when I actually got it on the road, started using it, it's a problem. We went down here, right back here toward the back. I've got one of those luggage racks I added on. I added this luggage rack onto the back. It doesn't weigh very much, but according to them, this is a major problem because I added this luggage rack. You can see how heavy it is. It doesn't weigh very much at all. And I put this little plastic coat on it. And the only thing I carry in here is my sewer pipe, my water pipe, my barbecue grill so it doesn't get charcoal or anything on the rest of the vehicle. It's just to keep things clean, nice, neat, and tidy. But they said I overloaded the RV putting that on there. We'll get around to this side of the RV here. This side I had problems with decals also. This axle here is the one I was talking about. It's sticking out 1 inch that way. It's in 1 inch over here. So the whole thing shifted 1 inch. And then the axle is shifted toward the back on both sides, with this side being exceptionally so. When I measured with a measuring tape on the inside of the fender wells and coming off the tongue and squaring the trailer up, this axle is 3/4 of an inch further back than the other side is. And then, of course, both sides are shifted back totally. Like I said, I had problems with this strip up here on the front and this decal in here. We keep having to rub this decal back down. It's like it's loose right now. It keeps coming up. The heat of the sun keeps bubbling these decals loose. See all these decals right here? I hope they show up in the video. You can see all these bubbles in here. These decals all just keep bubbling up along through here. They're doing it all over the trailer. This side was exceptionally bad. I've had to rub these down about 4 or 5 times right in here. They bubble up and almost totally come loose right in here, and I was afraid the wind was going to get under. The answer I got from them was, oh well, you know, that happens with a lot of RVs. It's not that big a deal. No fix it. That's just kind of what I got. I made a list of things that was wrong with it when I went on vacation, came back and wanted them fixed. Took me 3 weeks waiting time to get in up there, and then they still didn't fix them right. Up on top where those trims put on, Originally, when it came out, that rubber trim strip on the front is weather sealed up in here. There's some special type adhesive caulking that seals them as they go up and over the top and seals them all in around the top edge. And when they replaced them, they just screwed them down to the top and didn't caulk them or seal them or anything. Then on the inside of the trailer, I had several problems in here. We had problems with wall panels popping loose in here, and also with the bathroom in here. In the bathroom, the toilet, when we started down the road, the first time we set it up and went to use it, I turned the water system all on, which was hooked up properly. And my sister came in here and said, "Oh my God, there's water over the floor. You need to get in here." I come running in. There's water all over the floor. It flooded up to the front, went to the storage rack, flooded a bunch of my stuff. I had to take out and dry. And the fitting on the back of the toilet was like real finger loose. It never was really tight. So when they showed it to me at the dealership, it probably came from the factory that way. It was never tightened right. I mean, I could move it with my finger. I had to tighten that up. Took care of that problem. But it got a little water damage on the bottom of one of my cabinets. But in here, first time we use it, like I said, very first time we set it up, we went to hook our TV up. This whole outlet here fell out of the ceiling. I was just trying to screw the cable onto it, and it just popped out in my hand. They did fix that and resolve that when I went back. But then on the inside here, this seam right here, there's a seam right down here where this wall panel is. All the way down this seam here was popped loose. It popped loose sitting right here in my driveway before I ever started my vacation, from about right here to about right here. By the time I finished my vacation, it was popped loose all the way from up there to the bottom of that seat. They tell me that's because I overloaded the trailer. Now over here on this side, I went to pick this up. They fixed that. Not under the warranty. They charged me 115 bucks to fix this stuff, and it still ain't fixed right. I went to pick it up a couple days ago, brought it back here to the house, and this is how I picked it up from the dealership. I want y'all to see this over here. They fixed that panel on that side. When I went up to pick this up, I was really pissed because this panel over here is popped loose. See my fingers behind there? That's how they gave my dang RV back to me. It's coming loose all over the place. They claim this is all my fault. Doesn't have anything to do with their shoddy manufacturing. I want y'all to be aware of this because this is kind of product you'll get from KZ RV out of Indiana. And if you do business with Happy Trails RV, this is how they fix stuff and hand it back to you. Nothing in here was fixed right. It shouldn't have fell apart in the first place, and it sure wasn't fixed right. Now the fender well I showed you out there on both sides, the axle's off, as I said, and the whole axle shifted to the back of the trailer, and the passenger side is off 3/4 of an inch. That caused that tire to hit the fender on vacation. It kept rubbing on the inside of the fender. I had to watch how fast I drove, and it kept bouncing and bouncing up and touching the inside of the fender. Sometime during the course of my vacation, it caught that fender and mangled that fender up. That fender mangled up, and it distorted it inside. And now inside this cabinet in here in the back, I don't know if you can see that in the video, there's all this dust in here. All that dust, that's coming through a big hole I got in my fender weld right back in there, where it distorted and twisted the inside of the fender weld and popped that loose, which exposes the inside of my cabinet to road dirt. Whatever comes up in the fender weld ends up in here. They won't fix that. They said that's my fault because I overloaded their trailer. There was nothing put in this trailer but pots, pans, food. I didn't even fill the water tank up, which is located under the seat, which adds about 320, 340 pounds to the trailer. Didn't even fill that up while I was hauling it, which is designed to haul that water. Didn't even fill that up. So that's 320, 340 pounds off the trailer, and they still claim I overloaded it because I put that little lightweight luggage rack on the back to haul that tote. Now come on outside here. We'll go back out here, and we'll look at the fender weld from the outside and see how messed up that fender weld is. Can you see that up in there? It hit right up in here. The tires, the wheel is so close to the back of this fender. When I hit a bump, see how close my fingers are to that tire right there? Every time this thing hits a bump, it comes up and wants to slap into this fender, and it's torquing this fender, and it has distorted the metal and tried to rip the metal out toward the front like that, and it just deformed the inside of that fender. And they're refusing to fix that. Did you get a good shot of that deal? All right, I just want y'all to be aware of the kind of dealings you'll be getting with deal with these people in business. You know, anything goes wrong, it's going to be your fault, and they're not responsible for any of this kind of crap they paddle off on you. Thank you. That's all I got for you.